Hello children, welcome to Samveda e-learning class. Today we are going to discuss 7th standard social science lesson 6, that is the Sultans of Delhi. Dear children, it is most important lesson in Indian history. Let's learn more about this lesson. Mainly regarding this lesson we are going to understand so many competencies. Understanding how the Turkish invasions led to the establishment of the rule of Delhi Sultans in India, understanding the impact of rule of the Delhi Sultans in India. Also we are going to understand marking the historical places of the Sultanate period on the map of India. Dear children, beginning from the 8th century, there were so many repeated invasions on India. You know through which way? You can see on your screen from the across northwestern borders. Through these ways there were so many invasions on India. You know what was the reason for these invasions? Very good. Mainly looting the wealth of India, acquiring the territories of India, and more than that they wanted to spread Islam religion throughout the world, also in India. Because of these reasons they wanted to attack on so many countries. Arabs, the Arab invasion. Arab were the first to invade Indian territory, mainly through these routes, mainly Sindh area. On this area Arabs invaded in 712 CE. As a result they captured these areas, it means they got victory. Mainly Sindh and Multan regions, in this border area they captured, and those areas came under the control of Arabs. After they took over those areas, they started to spread Islam religion in those areas. By this Islam started taking roots in the newly conquered lands. But after some years, however, Arab aggression soon declined, it means it ended. After Arabs, the next invaders were Turkish. The Turkish famous person Muhammad Ghazni, who was ruling from Ghazni place, which was in present Afghanistan. Muhammad Ghazni was ruling from this area and he came to know about India's wealth and India's richness. Having this point in his mind, he planned to loot or invade India. As he decided, finally he invaded India so many times. Mainly he invaded India 17 times. By these invasions he looted and destroyed the prosperous cities and wealthy temples of India. Among those, some important temples were Sri Krishna temple at Madura, you can see on your screen, which is in the present Uttar Pradesh. It was attacked by the Muhammad Ghazni. Another rich and sacred temple was Somanatha temple, which is in present Gujarat. It was also attacked by the Muhammad Ghazni and looted wealth from this temple. After Muhammad Ghazni, other important invader was Muhammad Ghori. His intention of attacking was not only capturing wealth, also he wanted to spread Islam religion in India or in captured areas. During the last quarter of this 12th century, Muhammad Ghori ruling from the present Afghanistan. Finally, he attacked on India and captured Sindh and Punjab areas. You can see on your screen, this is Sindh and Punjab areas. After capturing these areas, he started to spread Islam religion. After a few years, he made further advances into Indian territories. In this condition, Prithviraj Chauhan, the king of Delhi and Ajmer, waged war against Muhammad Ghori and defeated in a battle. But he did not give any punishment. With a warning, Muhammad Ghori was sent back to his country. But after a few years, Muhammad Ghazni again came to India and fought with the Prithviraj Chauhan. Finally, in the war between Prithviraj Chauhan and Muhammad Ghori, Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated and ordered him to be killed. In this way, almost areas of Delhi came under the control of the Muhammad Ghori. After a few years, when Muhammad Ghori decided to go back to his country, it means Afghanistan, he transferred the conquered territories to his general by name Qutbuddin Aibak. It means almost area captured by the Muhammad Ghori given to the Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak started ruling as a Sultan of Delhi. It means he started the or laid the foundation for the Delhi Sultanate. Dear children, from 1206 to 1526 CE, almost India was ruled by the Delhi Sultanates. Mainly, Delhi region was ruled by the 5 dynasties from 1206 to 1526 CE. You know which are those 5 dynasties? Very good. First one is Slave dynasty, second Khilji dynasty, third Tughlaq dynasty, fourth Sayyid dynasty, fifth the Lodi dynasty. Like this 5 dynasties ruled from Delhi. Now let us learn one by one about these dynasties. The first dynasty is Slave dynasty. As you know all, Qutbuddin Aibak was the first Sultan of Delhi. It means the first Sultan of Slave dynasty. You know why it was called as Slave dynasty? Very good. Because Qutbuddin Aibak had originally been a slave of a king. So, it was named as Slave dynasty. After many years rule, he captured so many areas and laid a strong foundation for the Delhi Sultanates. He strengthened the Turkish rule in India by defeating so many enemies. To mark his victory, he started constructing Qutub Minar in a place called Mehrauli near Delhi. You can see on your screen, this is Qutub Minar. It is most important minar. It has so many important features. Mainly, Qutub Minar is the tallest tower in India. It is in Delhi. You know what is the height of this Qutub Minar? The height of Qutub Minar is 225 feet. It has very delicate carvings. Also, this Qutub Minar has 5 floors. You can see on your screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this, it has 5 floors with steps leading to them.
The most impressive monument in the Qutub complex is the Qutub Minar itself. It was made in the early 13th century by Qutbuddin Aibak, Sultan of Delhi. It is one of the world's tallest minarets and is 72.5 meters high.
This Qutub Minar started by the Qutbuddin Aibak, but it was completed by the next king Iltutmish. After Iltutmish, Razia Sultan came to throne. Dear children, she was the only female ruler during the Sultanate period. She was very courageous, dispensed justice in the royal court. She was dressing like a man. It means she dressed herself as a man and led army in the battlefield. That shows how courageous she was. But intolerance of women's rule, some people started to revolt against her. Mainly nobles rebelled against her, finally killed her. After the decline of slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty came to power. You know who was the famous king of Khilji dynasty? Very good. Alauddin Khilji was the famous king of this dynasty. He was the strongest sultan. During his rule, there were so many important wars. Through these wars, he expanded Delhi Sultanate's rule till North India. That shows his power, his courageousness. Mainly, his rule was based on the military power. Dear children, Alauddin Khilji introduced so many policies. Example, administrative reforms, military reforms. Also, economic reforms were brought by Alauddin Khilji. Mainly, he regulated the price of goods commonly consumed by the people. Also, he banned consumption of liquor and gambling in Delhi. and more than that, the guilty were severely punished by Alauddin Khilji. Like this, he brought so many important policies. Dear children, Alauddin Khilji wanted to capture almost India, so he started to plan on it. In the first instance, he conquered North India by using his military strength. You can see he captured these areas. Then he wanted to capture South India also. It means these areas. To capture South India, he sent Malik Kafur, a very important slave of Alauddin Khilji. It means who was very close to Alauddin Khilji. With huge army, Malik Kafur started to capture South Indian areas. Mainly, Malik Kafur invaded South India and captured 4 major kingdoms and looted their capital cities. You know which are those 4 major kingdoms? Very good. Yadavas of Maharashtra, Kakatiyas of Andhra Pradesh, Hoysalas of Karnataka and the Pandyas of Tamil Nadu. These were the main kingdoms conquered by the Malik Kafur. You can see on your screen, these areas were captured by the Alauddin's slave Malik Kafur. Dear children, Alauddin gave shelter for some important poets, mainly Amir Khusro and Amir Hassan. Also there were some other Persian poets. Alauddin Khilji gave importance for architecture also. During his rule, a new port called Sira was built in Delhi. It is the image of Sira port. Also he constructed one more important architecture was Alai Darwaza, which is in Delhi. A grand structure was his contribution to architecture. See how beautiful it is. Dear children, Alauddin's last days were very tragic. Why? Because so many revolts took place in the palace. Why? To overthrow him from the throne. Finally, Alauddin's slave Malik Kafur, out of greed for power, killed his own master Alauddin Khilji and declared himself as a Sultan of Delhi. But unfortunately, Malik Kafur too was killed by his enemies after a few years. With a short time, the Khilji rule ended. Then Tughlaq dynasty came to throne. Now let us learn about another most important dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was the most notable sultan of Tughlaq dynasty. He was very imprudent or ill-tempered, who took hasty decisions. It means he had very good plans, but he failed to implement those in a proper and planning way. It means he took very hasty decisions. In a word, he was a strange character. Let us learn more about his administrative experiments. The children, to improve the functioning of the administration, he undertook several experiments. Let us learn about those one by one. The first important administrative experiment was transfer of capital. As you know all, Delhi was the capital city of Delhi Sultanates. But when he came to throne, he decided to shift capital city or transfer capital city from Delhi to Devagiri. It is also called as Daulatabad. You know why he wanted to shift capital city from Delhi to Devagiri? Because it is difficult for him to rule all the Indian captured areas from north. So he wanted to shift capital city to central place, that is Devagiri. From Delhi to Devagiri distance was 700 miles, and he passed strict orders that all the residents of Delhi should move to the new place called Devagiri or Daulatabad. But residents of Delhi who were forced to leave their homes faced untold misery in the course of their journey. It means it is difficult for them to travel from Delhi to Devagiri. Because of his unplanned decision, a large number of them died on their way. But after a few years, he ordered the people to shift again from Devagiri to Delhi. However, while coming back from Devagiri to Delhi, only few survived. His next administrative experiment was issue of token coins. Dear children, when he came to throne, there were circulation of silver coin, but he decided to change the coin. It means he wanted to issue a new token coins. He cancelled silver coin and started to introduce copper coins. You can see on your screen, these are the copper coins. When he ordered to use the copper coin, every people in Delhi themselves began to mint copper tokens. This resulted devolution of coins. Finally, he abolished the use of copper coins. Then he asked the people to exchange coin with the silver. People came to palace and gave copper coins to king. In return, they got silver coins. This made treasure was empty. With this decision, he was deceived by the people. This experiment proved a great failure and weakened the financial condition of the state. With this, so many people who were in Delhi revolted against the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. With this, he faced so many problems. While he was putting down a revolt in Sindh province, he died due to fever. With this, after a few years, finally Tughlaq Santati ended. After decline of Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty came to throne. They ruled for few years. After decline of Sayyid dynasty, Lodi dynasty came to throne. But when the Lodi dynasty's last king Ibrahim Lodi came to throne, there was a battle between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur in a place called Panipat. In this battle between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur, there was a battle. It was called Battle of Panipat. Finally, in this battle, Ibrahim Lodi was defeated by the Babur and captured those areas. After capturing those areas, Babur laid the foundation for a new empire, that is called Mughal Empire. It means he started Mughal rule. The children, now let us learn about contribution of Delhi Sultans to the Indian history. Administration. Dear children, as you know all, during the rule of Sultans, there were so many Hindus. Even though there were so many Hindus, all the administration functions were on Islamic lines. It means administration was Islamic rules and regulations. And as you know all, it is one of the most important empire. They captured so many places in India. Mainly to capture those areas, army played very important role. So army was called as a backbone of the state. And sultans were absolute. It means they were the ultimate decision takers. No one were interfering in the matter of the kings. The famous king of Delhi Sultanates, Balban, he declared that he was a God's representative and hence he accountable to God alone. In this way, he was ruling Delhi. However, the sultans had to face so many revolts by the local rulers and they were also fearful of losing the power. Economy. Dear children, during the rule of the sultans, there were different types of taxes. Among those, land tax was most important type of tax. Land tax was mainly laid on the peasants. Peasants were tortured to pay land tax. Mainly during the rule of Muhammad Tughlaq, he increased land revenue and collected by the people mercilessly. It means he tortured them to collect the tax. But after a few years, this resulted in the revolt by the peasants everywhere in the empire. The children, during the rule of the sultans, there were different types of occupations. Mainly weaving was the major occupation of the people. And cities provided employment to large number of workers. You know which was the main employment? Bricks building activities which was taking place in the empire was the main employment. Dear children, sultans exporting some goods to other country, also they were importing so many goods to India also. Mainly they were importing horses from other countries, mainly from the Arabian countries. Now, architecture and literature. Dear children, main structures built by the sultans were the famous Qutub Minar. It is in Delhi. Another most important monument constructed during the Delhi Sultans, that is Aliya Darwaza. It is the image of Quwat ul Islam Mosque, which is in Delhi.
Imperial masterpiece of the new dynasty, sponsored by the 20-year-old Akbar in memory of his father, is very much related to the previous architecture of Delhi. Then we look at the design of the tomb itself, with these earlier systems which were already well entrenched in India, like the little domed chhatris, the different coloured stonework, and we place all of those around a central dome which is in white marble, an Indian material, not a Middle Eastern material, but the dome is bold, and it's something which was brought into India from the Timurid tradition of Uzbekistan.
Like this, they constructed so many monuments in Delhi. Now also we can see all those. Now these are the important monuments of Indian history. Dear children, during the Sultanate period, they gave importance for literature also. During their rule, Urdu language evolved. It means it became a major language. Amir Khusro, Amir Hassan were the great Persian poets of Delhi Sultanate's period. Amir Khusro was a great musician. He evolved musical instruments like tabla, sitara and others. So, he played very important role as a musician. There were some important poets in the court of Delhi Sultanates. Mainly, the poet Jayasi wrote a famous book called Padmavat, which is written in Urdu language. Also, there were some famous poets such as Ramananda, Kabir Das, Rai Das and Mirabai belong to this period. Dear children, in today's class we have learned so many important points about Delhi Sultanates. Mainly, we understood how the Turkish invasions led to the establishment of the rule of Delhi Sultans in India. Also, we learned the impact of the rule of the Sultans in India. Also, we understood marking the historical places of sultans on the map of India. Dear children, so far we have learnt so many points about Delhi Sultanates. Now, I would like to ask you a few questions about what we learnt so far. Are you ready? Yes. First question is, who built Qutub Minar? Very good. Your answer is right. Qutubuddin Aibak built Qutub Minar. It is in Delhi. It is one of the most important monument in India. Second question is, name the 5 dynasties of Delhi Sultanate. Very good children. Your answer is right. Delhi is ruled by the 5 dynasties from 1206 CE to 1526 CE. The Slave dynasty, the Khilji dynasty, the Tughlaq dynasty, the Sayyid dynasty and the Lodi dynasty. Next question. Who was the only woman ruler of Delhi Sultanate? Very good. Razia was the only woman ruler of Delhi Sultanate, but intolerance by the people, she was killed by the some nobles. Next question. Dash was defeated by Prithviraj Chauhan in the first battle of Tarain. Your answer is right. Muhammad Ghori was defeated by Prithviraj Chauhan in the first battle of Tarain. But as you know all, in the second battle of Tarain, Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by the Muhammad Ghori. Next question. Muhammad bin Tughlaq shift his capital from dash to dash. Very good children, your answer is right. He shifted capital city from Delhi to Devagiri, but he failed to implement this plan in a proper way. Next question. Dash defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. Very good, your answer is right. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. After this, Babur laid foundation for a new dynasty, that is Mughal Empire. Next question. Match the items in the column A with those of column B. In the column A, Jaisi Alai, Daulatabad, Alauddin Khilji, Amir Khusro. In the column B, Darwaza, Sitar, Padmavat, Devagiri. Very good, your answers are right. Jaisi Alai, he wrote a famous work called Padmavat. Next, Daulatabad, right answer for this is Devagiri, because Muhammad bin Tughlaq renamed Devagiri as Daulatabad. Alauddin Khilji, right answer is Darwaza, because Darwaza is one of the most important monument which was constructed by Alauddin Khilji. Amir Khusro, right answer is Sitar, because it is one of the musical instrument introduced by Amir Khusro. Dear children, it is time to write down the homework and answer for those. Thank you everyone.